All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm Archibald, Director of Events here at the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. Appreciate everyone coming, logging on to join us today and learn a little bit about the Community Cup and this year's event. I see some returning teams signing in, some team captains that have been a part of the event in the past, and as well as some new teams just trying to learn more about the Community Cup and what it's all about. We do have a lot of exciting updates to share with everyone this year, so thanks for everyone for coming on and joining us today. We do understand it's a unique time for everyone, and we hope all is well and everyone has been able to stay safe and healthy, both now and moving forward. As the Community Cup is an event about corporate health and wellness and togetherness, we are excited about this event as it's a great team building experience, and we hope we can continue that with this year as it has been the past 2 years. A few housekeeping items. Both myself and others from the Community Cup team will be spending a few minutes each to talking about our different areas of responsibilities and the changes to this year's event. The session will be recorded, so please, and all of your videos are muted and mics are muted. However, the chat feature is open, so please post any questions starting now. You can post in the chat feature, and we will address all questions and try our best to answer all questions at the conclusion of our presentation. With that, we're going to begin. For those not too familiar with the Greater Columbus Sports Commission or even the concept of the Community Cup, we're going to start with an introduction from Brian Timm. Brian, welcome.
Thanks, Eric. My name's Brian Timm. I'm Director of Corporate Partnerships at the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. We are a nonprofit entity working to bring sporting events of all kinds to Central Ohio in order to generate economic development. Later on this week, we'll be celebrating our 18th anniversary, so still somewhat of a new organization. And the idea of the Community Cup came to us a number of years ago as we were getting ready for our 15th anniversary. We started assessing what our role as a sports commission is here in the community, compared ourselves to other sports commissions across the country. We are a member of the Sports Events and Tourism Travel Association. And so we interact all the time with sports commissions around the country, although we compete with them for a lot of great events that we want to bring to Columbus. We also share some of the same concerns and work together when we can. And as we looked at what other sports commissions were doing in their community, we realized that a lot of sports commissions created their own events and ran their own events, something that we in our 15 years had not done. Saw some tremendous value in that for multiple reasons, and Eric and his events team started doing some research and looked at different kinds of events, and we kind of came to the realization that a corporate challenge kind of an event would be an ideal thing for us to host here in Central Ohio. So we started it 2 years ago. It's grown ever since. This year's a little bit of a different look, as you'll learn, but we have great momentum and can't wait to have a great event this year. So thanks for everything. I do want to mention our sponsors. The Columbus Foundation has been our presenting sponsor since day one. We also have sponsorships from Giant Eagle, Nationwide, HNS Sports in the Memorial Tournament, the Columbus Clippers, Ohio State Athletics, the Village of Obetz, G&J Pepsi, and AEP. So all great partners with us here at the Sports Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. So yes, the Community Cup is a really special event for the Sports Commission, and we've been thrilled with what the local community has responded to this event in the first 2 years. Last year, in year two, it doubled in size. We added a lot of fun events. We added some charity components to it, including the YMCA with some sports gear donations, which was absolutely fabulous. And we included the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, and there was lots of charitable giving to that organization, in addition to the monetary giving of our title sponsor, the Columbus Foundation. As Brian mentioned, a truly great partner that has been with us from day one, and they are still with us for this year's event, and we're fortunate to have them with us for this year's event. As we all know, a lot has changed in the short 3 months. We recognize the challenges that are upon us, and we feel the Community Cup can be a part of the opportunity to move forward as we all forge ahead, and we feel that the modifications that we're going to present to you today will be helpful in understanding what the Community Cup is all about and how we can safely put on this event. We will continue to adapt plans as necessary and provide a great experience as we work on the best practices and safety protocols with local health officials and our medical partner, Ohio Health, and the leadership team at Otterbein University. So for this year's event, we are going to go into detail with an adjusted format very soon here. Moving forward, for what we know today and for how we can do this event safely, we will be unable to do some of the events where the teams are going head to head, such as the tug of war and the dodgeball. We're sorry to share that, but we're excited that they will both be back in full force in 2021. Some of this year's event will be virtual. We'll have fun tweaks along the way, different engagement that we'll talk about here in a little bit. We also will not be hosting the tailgate zone or the family fun zone. However, there is an in-person component to the event taking place at Otterbein University. And in case you didn't notice on the opening slide, the event still does begin on August 1st, but it will span over a handful of days so we can appropriately have all teams compete in person in a safe manner. And Erica will dig into that here in a minute. But the 9 drop-in events that we've done, the in-person activities at Otterbein University, will include those events like the frisbee toss, the football toss, lacrosse passing, golf chipping, the basketball shot, the hockey shot, and soccer kick. All of those events that we have always done one team at a time, with just a small group of team members participating by themselves. So we're going to dig deeper into that right now. And I'm going to let Erica Cornell take it on from here. Erica.
Thanks, Eric. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Erica Cornell. I'm your team captain liaison. So as Eric mentioned, this presentation is to share those changes and updates for this year's event. If you have any questions we don't answer as we're going through all of these details, please feel free to ask those in the chat box. And you can always reach out to me directly after this presentation as well. So due to COVID-19, there are many health precautions and processes we will be implementing during the 2020 Community Cup. And we have modified the event to have both virtual and in-person events for teams to compete in. So the virtual events are the 5K and 1 mile walk, which we will talk about a little bit later. And I'm really going to hone in now on those in-person events and what that looks like. So these are those non-contact sports that Eric mentioned. And they are typically considered our drop-in events from previous years. So this will be like your football toss, your soccer kick, frisbee toss, golf chipping. These in-person events will still be at Otterbein University. And so to allow enough time for both the virtual and in-person events, we have extended the Community Cup to be Saturday, August 1st through Wednesday, August 5th. So this means that teams can compete both virtually and in person from August 1st through the 5th. We also plan to host a virtual opening ceremonies via Zoom, just like this, on Friday, July 31st to kick off Community Cup. And then Community Cup will end with a virtual award ceremony via Zoom as well on Thursday, August 6th. And this is when we will announce our 2020 champions. For those in-person events, our team is closely working with Otterbein and the Franklin County Health Department to implement safety measures. So this is when we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. So what do some of those safety measures look like? As Eric said, we'll do no head-to-head competitions. We're going to have teams do one drop-in event at a time, and I'll explain this a little bit more. We'll have temperature checks that will be taken by the Ohio Health medical staff. We'll implement social distancing measures. Our staff will be wearing masks. We'll have hand sanitizing stations, and we will be sanitizing equipment between uses. So with these measures, how will teams compete safely? We're going to be creating an in-person schedule that we will either post on the website or I will email directly to team captains. And this will be a sign up that a team signs up for to compete one at a time. And it'll be a 2-hour window. So starting July 13th, team captains will have access to this sign up. So you'll choose an available 2-hour time slot between August 1st or through August 5th. And we're thinking the time range between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., but that's subject to change. And then this is for your team to compete in all of those in-person events at once. So teams can have a minimum of 4 people to compete in all of the events if you want. Our staff will go with your team from event to event and track your scores as you compete. And then equipment will be sanitized after each team competes. And then once you've completed all of your in-person events during your 2-hour time slot, your scores will be added to your total team score. And then winners will be announced at the virtual awards ceremony. So what are the roles of the team captains for 2020? So like years past, we want to rally your coworkers to join your team, whether that's participating in the charity challenge, which we'll talk about, participating in virtual events, or being maybe a part of that small group that comes to compete in person for whatever time slot that you choose. And then any team member that does want to participate in person will need to register and sign the waiver. And this is like in years past. This will live under the Team Resources tab on our website, which is the columbuscommunitycup.com. And then you actually won't have to worry about team rosters this year. And we really, really ask team captains to use our website as a resource of information for this year's event. So we've actually provided an FAQ of all of these changes and modifications in more detail on the website. So that will be about the 4th tab down if you go to our website. So we really just ask team captains to utilize this as a resource information, not only for you to be well-versed in the event, but to share with any team members so they have a better understanding what to expect. And as a friendly reminder, I am your team captain liaison. I know that's a lot of information, so I'm here to help answer any questions or clarify anything, whether it's right after this presentation or if you want to reach out to me directly. So now you know a little bit about how we're going to compete in person, but I'm going to hand it off to Ariana Tyler to talk about the virtual 5K and virtual 1-mile walk.
Thanks, Erica. She mentioned I'm Ariana Tyler. I'm the events manager with the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, and I handle all things scoring related and the 5K and the 1-mile walk. So as we mentioned, with the changes going on in the community right now and the world, we are making the 5K and the 1-mile walk virtual. We know that a lot of people like to participate in them, so we didn't want to lose it. What we're going to do, you will sign up via the link on the Community Cup website. So on this page, you'll see it. So there's a little sign up button. Each participant, each runner will have to go on there, register themselves. There's a drop tab where your company will show up. So you'll register underneath your team. Once you compete and do your 5K, you'll go back in, log your time. So we recommend using whatever app you tend to work out with, be that Map My Run or Nike Run or whatever your app of choice is to track that time. It is the honest policy, so we're trusting you to put your best times in, but not fib when you do it. Your time will immediately pop up, so you'll see where you fall in the leader rank. Scoring will be the same as in years past. So after that August 1st through 5th time range, we will go in and we will pull up your top male and female runners from age groups. And that's how you will get your scores for your teams. We are also giving an additional 5 points per runner just to encourage more people from your company to get out there and get active. So if anything comes up or you have questions about that sign up, please feel free to reach out to me. The other thing that we're switching to virtual is the 1-mile walk. So that is just participate on your own, take your dog for a walk, go out for a walk with your friends or family, and then post a picture to social media, check in with your team captain and let them know that you completed it, and they will keep track of that and send it back to us. Other than that, all of our scoring is going to stay relatively the same, The one thing that we did adjust this year from last year is cornhole. Since it tends to be on the lower score side, we have upped those points. So you will receive 10 points for every hole that goes into the bag and 5 points for any bag that stays on the board. Other than that, we should be about the same as Erica and Eric mentioned. Those head-to-head events will not be happening this year, but we look forward to bringing them back in 2021. And I'm gonna toss it back to Erica to talk about Charity Challenge.
Thanks, Ariana. So Megan Sexton, who will be leading the Charity Challenge, is actually on vacation this week. So I'm going to do my best to explain it on her behalf. But just like there were other ways to earn points last year, we're going to implement that again this year. So we're excited to include the Charity Challenge again for 2020. And it actually starts today on June 22nd, and it will run all the way to the Wednesday, August 5th deadline. The premise for the Charity Challenge is the same. We will be supporting the Mid-Ohio Food Bank and the Columbus Foundation, but the collection for the Mid-Ohio Food Bank has changed. So we will not be delivering boxes to offices. Instead, you can self-deliver to the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, or you can bring any of your items to Otterbein when your team competes in person. And then what we will do is actually just have you label your boxes with Community Cup and your team name or company name. And then if you self-deliver, you'll submit your receipt to Megan Sexton. And I included her contact information. And so if you want to participate and donate to the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, all of those needed items are listed on our website under the Charity Challenge tab. And then you also can donate financially to the Columbus Foundation, and that's also listed under the Charity Challenge tab. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Megan or myself to help answer those, but we really hope you all want to participate in that again this year. We're really excited to have it back. And now I'm going to hand it off to Riley Neuheardt, and she'll share even more ways that you can earn points.
Yep. Hi, everyone. My name is Riley Neuheardt, and I'm marketing specialist for the Sports Commission. And then during Community Cup, I handle our social media and help with a bunch of our promotion. So as Eric and Erica said, we really wanted to make this a good event for teams, even if teams aren't going to be taking all of their employees on site to do drop-ins like they've been years past. So we've developed a few different ways to keep teams engaged, to have them be able to earn points from doing very simple things at home or in their offices that kind of fit their lifestyle right now while we are in this strange stage of life. So one of the ways that we're introducing this year is going to be practice points. So leading up to the Community Cup, individuals can go outside, they can throw the Frisbee to their dog, they can play football catch with their sons outside, they can do really anything that relates to one of our events that we're holding this year and document that and put it on their own personal social media, tagging Columbus Sports and hashtagging CBUS Community Cup. And for each individual that does that, they'll earn 1 point for a maximum of 10 points per team. So you can really go into the drop-in event stage and the 1 mile walk and 5K stage, having a good amount of points between these charity challenge and the practice. Another way to really get involved beforehand is we're introducing the Spirit of Sports Awards. So as Eric said, we're no longer having the tailgate zone, which we understand eliminates a lot of the camaraderie and kind of the gathering sense of the Community Cup that we really, really love. And while we're excited to bring that back next year, we wanted this year to allow teams to be able to document how excited they are, their sense of team as they go into the event. So Spirit of Sports is basically just allows teams to earn 10 points if, same thing, they post to social media, a team photo, a photo of a poster that they may have otherwise hung at their tailgate zone, a positive message, anything like that about how they are excited for the Community Cup, really showcasing the spirit of sports that we're really trying to capture there. So that will be just one post. It can come from a personal account. It can come from your organization's official account if you want to do that. Still tagging Columbus Sports and hashtagging CBUS Community Cup so we can make sure that we see that. A couple things to note just with the social media engagement. We want to make sure that we can count absolutely everything that you guys are posting and we can keep up with it, hence the tagging and the hashtag. But also we understand that some people keep their social media private and we want to make sure that that doesn't discredit them from being able to participate. So one thing you can do is you can document that. You can take your photo or your video of your practice points or your spirit of sports, and you can instead send to team captains. So as team captains, you guys will be collecting from your participants if they do choose to do those practice points or they want to be the official person who submits spirit of sports, and then you'll pass that on to Erica as your team captain liaison. That way she can give it to me. We can make sure we're sharing and we're supporting your organization, and it's not an issue of privacy for you guys from your personal accounts. But either way, that's an opportunity for you guys to share and make sure you're getting excited about the event before it happens. I think that's really all I have from those two items. As Ariana mentioned, 1 Mile Walk will have a similar setup where you can document this year, and that'll be sent through the team captains as well. So a lot of opportunities to do things on your own at home and get your families involved. So we're really hoping that that's something that participants take advantage of. And that's it as far as social media engagement. I think it goes back to Eric at this point.
Yeah, thank you, Riley, and the rest of the team. In case you guys can't notice, we're super excited about this event and just being able to do this event, being able to come up with a creative solution to put this event on. It's been incredible in the past. It's going to be a lot of fun this year, and we're excited about these new fun ways that Riley just mentioned, how to get more of your team involved. You know, we understand that some people might not be able to participate in the in-person events, but there's certainly ways to get as much of your workforce engaged and involved and still involve their families or friends and just come out and do something. At the end of the day, this event is all about health and wellness and togetherness, as I mentioned earlier. So more now than ever, we're excited about this event. We're very excited about the support that we have from everyone, and we're looking forward to for the teams to be involved. So we'll review the chat right now. If there are any questions, Eric, I'll ask you to help me out a little bit. But before that, I just do want to mention that all the divisions are still in place. So the competition is still based on company size. So there will be multiple winners, multiple teams can claim the cup this year. Those returning champs can try to retain it or get some new competition in there and claim that cup. Then I do want to share this year, because of everything going on, regardless of company size, the entry fee for Community Cup is $1,000 flat fee this year. So we're excited to tweak the entry price for the teams for this year based on the current situation. However, if anyone has specific questions on that, myself or Timm would be the ones to talk more about that as now. I know that that amount has changed based on all the changes because of the current situation. So, Erica, are we seeing any chat questions coming in?
Not yet.
All right.
It looks like we might have covered everything.
Well, we certainly hope this was helpful. We were excited to be able to do this. As we mentioned, it will be recorded and posted on the Community Cup website here in the coming days, definitely by the end of the week. If there are specific team questions, please reach out to Erica as your team captain liaison. If there are any event questions or safety questions, who we're talking with in the community to ensure that we're doing this event safely, please reach out to either Erica or myself directly. We're happy to talk to team captains individually, but we thought this would be an efficient way to share all of these updates. You know, exciting updates for us. We're glad we can do the event, and if there are no questions, we will conclude. We feel like we shared everything we had to right now, but thanks for the team for being included. Thank you to all those team captains, both returning and new, to learn about this event. We look forward to seeing you all here in about 6 short weeks. So thanks so much, everyone. Take care and have a great afternoon. Thank you.